unfortunately it looks like we are going to have to replace our lithiums. You buy cheap, you buy twice. So I think that's probably what's happened here. We've got basically the lithium batteries and they performed fantastically. However, the other day I opened the battery box and noticed that one of the batteries was just cocked over on its side a little bit, and I was like, that's a bit weird, because they are in this box and they don't really move. So I had a little look, got the batteries out, and they have actually started to swell. So you can see there's probably a little gap there, and this one's actually sat up a little bit, and then it's also starting to swell here. So I've actually got an issue with both of these. The cases has actually started to swell, so I will get them out in a bit, and I will show you. It's not a bad swelling, but it's enough to make me worried that if they are pack cells, which I think they are, normally you would want cylindrical cells in vehicles, in moving vehicles with vibration and stuff. You really want cylindrical cells. I think that these are, and probably the reason they were a bit cheaper is because they've got pack cells inside, and sometimes when you have an issue with one pack cell and it starts to expand, it pushes all the other pack cells out a little bit, and I think that's what the swelling is in the casing. Like I say, it's not bad, it's not like it's bust through the case or anything like that, but with lithiums there's so much energy there that I don't really want to run these for too much longer, just in case anything happens. And I have, as you can see, I have put a wireless temperature sensor in here so I can monitor the temperature of the battery box at all times, and it gives me an alert if the temperature rises above what I've set it to. So yeah, there's been no raise of temperature from these batteries or anything like that, but I'm just not happy with the fact that the cases have swelled, because it can spell eventual disaster, I think, for these. So we are here to get some new batteries.
But it's all good, that's why we have an emergency budget. This is all good. And our old batteries, we did contact where we got them from. Obviously we had them fitted 3 years ago, and guess how long the warranty is? 2 years.
Yes, but like, that's what people will probably say, you buy cheap, you buy twice. So we have come somewhere that I know they're a good reputation of the batteries, it's a good brand, they're fitted in motorhomes, they're used in motorhomes, they are definitely for vehicles. I've not heard of any issues with these batteries. So,
well, I've had one in my van for over a year, and it's been absolutely fantastic. So, even more so considering that my van isn't obviously lived in, so it's used heavily, then it's not, then it's used. So, and I went away recently when I went to see Mandy, and we was in like -5, -6, and yeah, absolutely fine without even charging it up for a few days as well in that cold, running the heater and stuff. So we know they're good batteries. Right, what have you got that you keep stealing? What is it? I hope John doesn't need that. Look at it. What are you doing, Pickle? Are you supposed to be doing that? Are you helping Daddy? You were sat on it a minute ago, strength testing it. Oh, you're hungry, aren't you? Look how aggy you are. Right, well, let's hope that these are still intact as they were, because someone's just been knocking them off the side. You trying to tell me you're hungry even though it's way early for your dinner? Shall I put these away and hopefully there's nothing missing that John requires?
Right, there we go. Here we have it. This is going to be the new battery I've gone for. It is actually designed to fit under the seat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to gain some more space under the seat, because there's a lot of unused space under there. I've got the inverter under one side, and then I've got the battery under the other, and And then the other side I've got a toolkit which I'm never going to use because I haven't got a spare wheel, so it's pointless me carrying it around. So this is going to go under either there or there. However, for now, because I just got to get it in the van, it is going to go into the original hole where the batteries are. There we go. Not the tidiest of installs I've ever done, but it's functional for the moment. Like I say, I'm going to relocate this to under there, probably under the driver's seat, move the inverter into here, probably change the inverter as well because I'm not massively happy with the inverter. But yeah, it's all in, so it is time to contact. Ping. There we go. We're on. We are connected. So all I was using to power the van was, I was actually using the charger to power the van whilst the battery was disconnected. Most motorhomes, the charging unit can actually sustain the 12.8 volts that everything needs. So yeah, I was just using that. But now I'll get it all charged because I've got a Victron charger and the standard charger as well. So you can add those together, probably get about 28 amps into the battery so we get it fully charged. This is why I was so eager to get these out and replace. I don't know whether you can detect if I shone it's probably difficult to see on the camera, but there's just a little bit of just gone a little bit bulbous. They've just started to come out in the centre, so when you put the batteries together you can't actually get the batteries together, whereas before, when the batteries were first fitted, you could get the batteries like right against each other, but now they sort of both have seemed to have swelled. It's very, very difficult to see, but there's just a bit of swelling here on the casing, a bit of swelling here. That one's a little bit worse, I think. I don't know whether you can detect that if I get the camera out of the way, the shadow out of the way, should I say. Yeah, it's I think that side's even worse. I think this battery is actually a little bit worse than the other one. The reason I noticed it is because both these batteries have been in that battery box for ages, and I haven't looked at the batteries for a long time, and one battery was just sat up like that, and I was a bit like, how's that happened? Because they don't, you know, those batteries do not move in there. They're really, really tight, really snug, because the whole box is square and these should be square. So that's what alerted me to it. But yeah, it's just a little bit too much for me to be happy with that. Yeah, so I suspect in these, which is why I think it's gone like this, is I think these might be pack cells. So inside here will be a pack cell, so it's quite thin, a little bit long, rectangular, and there may well be stacks of these inside the battery. Pack cells, they're fine, but for automotive use and the vibrations and the, you know, what the vehicle goes through, you really do want cylindrical cells. So there'll be obviously loads and loads of these little, not obviously these cells, but it's just an example of what's in there. So yeah, these are a lot more robust, hence why they use them in high powered electric vehicles. So yeah, that is possibly, and what happens, obviously these are like inside the battery, sandwiched together. So if one of these packs expands, it pushes all the rest of the other cells out, which may be why this has come out. So I suspect that is possibly it. I haven't opened it up, so I don't know.
Sorry, I'm cooking in the background.
I will discharge.
Just had a max fan on.
Yeah. It's alright, Tasha's cooking, it's fine. The fire's not coming from the battery, honestly.
Hey, so we've got our fire safety stick.
Yeah, it's alright, it's there, don't worry. Yeah. Right, managed to get the battery fully charged yesterday. A bit of 240 charging, bit of bit of driving as well. So we've got it now 100%. We're all good. We're pretty well balanced on the cells. A massive thanks to Rob and his team at Oak Tree Motorhomes, which is also Eco-Tree Lithium. Obviously it's never a good thing to spend that sort of unplanned money at this time of year, well, any time of the year actually, but they made it as painless as possible, so we're all good. I'm much happier with this battery. It's a known quantity. I can even see already, now the battery's full, I can see that when the BMS knows that it's absolutely full, it will just shut off its charging. So there's no, what I used to have on the old batteries, I used to have like a little bit of a chatter. So if you had the lights on and it was absolutely fully charged and it couldn't take any more, you'd get like the lights would go bright, dim, as the BMS was basically accepting current and then not accepting current, and then accepting current and then not accepting current again. This battery doesn't do that, so it's obviously a much better BMS. If you're still with me, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up if you like the video. Feel free to subscribe if you would like. I will do another video of me relocating the battery from that box to under the seat. I will probably go under the driver's seat here. So if you hit the little notification bell, you'll get notified of when that next video is out.